There is a member of the British royal family that's doing a lot of credible good. But can she be persuaded to take the final steps to becoming a full-time working royal? And who possibly could persuade her? Morning, Neil. Sean here in the heart of London. Lovely to have your company as always today. Hope you're keeping well. Yes, I know you're thinking, oh, looks a bit wet today, Neil. It is wet and windy. We've got one of these named storms. I forgot what this one's called now. I think it's Storm Barra, something like that. Apparently it's bashing Wales as we speak. Hope you're all keeping safe and toasty down in Wales, by the way. Yes, not a good sign, is it? But as ever, back to your breaking royal story of the day. One of my favourite younger royals, of course, many people will know who watch this channel on a regular basis, is Lady Louise. That is the daughter, of course, of Prince Edward and Sophie. She's one of these girls, just really charming, nice, down to earth, doesn't make a fuss, doesn't seek the limelight, that sort of thing. But she is a great asset to the British royal family, simply because of that. You know, she's not pushy, she's not out for herself, and let's not forget, she was a wonderful companion, confidant, and really special friend to the late Duke of Edinburgh. But now, Lady Louise simply turned 18 last month. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Where do the years go? She is now, of course, a fine, young-looking lady, and more importantly, is wanted by the British monarchy. But so far, she's resisted the temptation to become a full-time princess, which is her, well, right if she so wishes. Now, Sophie and Edward have not pushed at all. They want her to make her own decision. But there is one particular lady that could be rather persuasive. And it's one lady, of course, that Lady Louise holds in the highest regard. We're talking, of course, about none other than Her Glorious Majesty the Queen. Now, let me tell you a bit of inside secret about Louise, or should I say Lady Louise, and Her Majesty the Queen. They've formed a very special bond over these last few months. Now, that's all because, as Her Majesty knows, she also had an incredible bond and friendship with her later husband, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. And they both enjoyed carriage riding together, walking, that sort of stuff. In fact, I think Lady Louise would go as far as to say what a great influence he was on her early life. Now, if there's one person, as I say, that could persuade Lady Louise to join the British monarchy on more of a full-time basis, it could be none other than Her Majesty the Queen. And the reason being, of course, is when you think about it, there were lots of things planned for those two ex-royals who decided, though, to depart because of Megxit. And there's a big gap, truly, because there's a lot of charities that do suffer from not having that attendance, that patronage from a senior member of the British royal family. And when you also consider, and I truly mean this kindly, you know, they're not all in their youthful blooms, as it were, so they can only take on so much work. And so many charities and, of course, other groups and societies want a royal involved. Who better than Lady Louise? A breath of fresh air, articulate, and of course a wonderful person in general. Now, obviously it's a really difficult time for her, because let's all cast our minds back to being 18. Yeah, a long time ago. But you know, you don't necessarily want to do the things that your parents ask you to do. But sometimes you can be persuaded by someone a little bit more senior, a little bit more seasoned in age. You know what I'm saying? And we will know very soon, and remember, you heard it here first on this channel, whether Lady Louise will in fact make that big step into joining the monarchy as a full-time working royal, or indeed would she decide to strike out on her own and earn her own living independently? Or could there be a combination of both? As soon as I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.